Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I know by the getup that I'm wearing, you guys know what I'm going to be talking about today. Let me move this water bottle before you guys think my crotch is like making some type of noise. But I asked you guys on Instagram yesterday what you guys wanted me to film, and like everybody said everything, so I said, alright, I'm going to film everything. But this one was the first one I wanted to film because, I don't know, I thought it was a little bit more leisure, less like thinking going into it, because it's just a little fun old time. If I take my hood off in this like little getup I have, it's like super big. I got an XL because they didn't have a larger or medium, so this is what I'm working with. But it's really comfy, so when I sleep I could fit another person in here. Just kidding. But yeah, you guys wanted me to do unicorn talk about my dating life, both in real life and online, so that's what I'm gonna be doing for you guys. So you guys want to know all the craziness that happens, please continue to watch. Okay, so starting off, my dating life isn't that great. I've been single for a pretty long time, and I don't mind it because I have been like on dates, just not like in a serious relationship. I've just been dating around, so I don't mind dating. I mean, I'm not ready to settle down with anyone by any means. Like, I'm just not ready for that commitment. So anyways, since I had last had like a real like boyfriend, I've just been dating, and like this past year I started using dating apps on my phone. So basically there's Plenty of Fish, there's OKC, those are free apps. I'm not gonna pay for an app, okay? I'm not gonna pay for one. There's Hot or Not, there's another one. What is there? I only have two right now that I'm like kind of active on. In this past few months I haven't really met anybody, but I still like message guys back here and there. Basically, these are apps you're gonna find on your phone. They're free. I don't think you guys should pay for any apps of, oh, pay $5 and we'll show you who's been looking at your page. I'm just like, bullshit. I don't really give a fuck. If they're gonna look at my page and they're gonna send me a message, then I care, but if not, I don't really care. So there's only, for the past year I've been seeing one guy like constantly, but it just doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. I don't really see us getting serious, so it's just more like playtime, you know? Do you know playtime? I like playtime. So I just have been seeing one guy, like, but not serious. We're just like, you know, he's just like a friend that I bother when I'm drunk, and like I'm like, what are you doing? Hello. And then there's another one that I stopped talking to because I really didn't want to get serious. It's a little hot, so I'm gonna like get a little airy up in here. But yeah, okay, so on Hot or Not I've never met anyone, and there's another one that's like, I don't know, but like there was this one day where I told my friend at work, like, dude, I need to go out on dates with somebody that I don't freaking know. Like, usually when I date it's usually like friends of friends, and like I want to stop that, because like then everybody knows your business, even though I'm telling you guys my business now, but it just kind of gets too much. Like, you go somewhere and you freaking see somebody you messed with, and it's just like, oh, really? I gotta see your ass here too? So, yeah. I started getting on dating apps, in the beginning of this. I don't know. I think it hasn't been more than a year that I've been on dating apps. But yeah, so I met one guy off Plenty of Fish, and he was crazy. Like, the first time he messaged me. The thing is that I don't message guys. Like, I know that seems so like, I'm too good for this, but I don't like to be the first one to send the message. I like the guy to send me the message, and then if I like him, I'll message him back. But then I get bored really easily with conversations, so I just like message them once or twice, and then like I'm done. So I just use them to take up my time. But there are freaking creeps you guys have seen. Like, I posted, I think, some on my Instagram, like they're like, there was this one was like, why don't you smile, don't you have teeth? And I was like, no, I have wooden teeth. And then he said something stupid, and I just blocked him. There's another one that was like, oh, are you a woman or a man? I'm like, bitch, I am a woman, okay, bitch, okay. And then there's another one that was like, can you sit on my face? And there's that some go straight to the point where they just want to fuck with you, and others just want to get with you, but then they seem too good to be true. They're like, hello, my name is blah blah blah, and I would like to take you out on this wonderful day to Paris, and we would spend the whole night talking into each other's ears. It's just like, bullshit. What the fuck do you want? Like, don't sweet talk me. I'm not very good at people sweet talking me. I like people that like joke around and stuff. So the first guy that I met on there, I'm not gonna say their names, but it had been a while since we were talking online. I finally gave him my number and my Snapchat, so we would Snapchat and text all the time. Like, that's what I think you guys should do. Like, if you guys are like nervous if it's a catfish, add them on Snapchat and then like see if that's really them, and if not, because some people on there are mighty fine and they'll message you and then you're just like, are you real or are you fake? But the guy that I messaged, he seemed cool. He seemed a little crazy, but he seemed cool. So there was this one night where I went out with my sister and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna meet him today, because I had been putting it off to meet him for a while. So I decided, you know, it was crazy. It was like 1 in the morning and I had a couple drinks and I was like, whatever, I'll just text him to come to the bar where we were. So I sent him a message and he got there maybe half an hour after. But the thing was, when he called me, he was like, okay, order me this. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, you don't boss me around. And then he was like a lot older than I am. He was 10 years older than me. But he seemed pretty young and like hip and cool, you know, like for the cool kids. So I was like, okay. And then I was like, dude, where the hell are you? He's like, oh, I'm looking for parking. I'm like, okay. So he gets to the bar and I'm like sitting at the bar, and then he comes behind me and like I turn and it was him. He was cute, but like he was one of the, like, I guess he didn't get my jokes. And like I like to joke around a lot. Like, I don't like to be serious at all. You guys probably already know. I don't like to be serious. Like, it's just like, what's the point of being serious all the time and being miserable? I like to joke around. So the guy comes in and I turn, and you know, you go in for a hug, but I kind of gave him a handshake. Like it was just like, I gave him a handshake and I was like, okay. So then he comes in and then he sits at the bar and the bartender's like, whatever. And then I had told him I drink Crown whiskey and Coke. He's like, what whiskey? And I'm like, oh, Crown Royal. He's like, that's a rum. And I'm like, no. So right away he was trying to make me feel stupid. And then he's like, let's ask the waitress or whatever, the bartender. And I'm like, okay, let's ask. And then the bartender's like, it's a Canadian whiskey. And I was like, see, I'm not stupid. So thank you very much. I know what I'm drinking. So then from there, we started talking and he was on his phone. So I was just kind of like over it already. Like in the beginning, I was over it. So then he started flirting with the bartender right in front of me. And I was just kind of like, oh, motherfucker, hell, motherfucking now. So then he like went around to grab my butt, and I was like, I just met you. You're trying to grab my ass. Like, that shit ain't working. And then he said something about my boobs, and he's like, show them to me. I was like, okay, like you a little cuckoo. So I was like, no. And then he was saying something, and then I don't live that far away from the bar we went to, so I was like, alright. So they were closing, so I was like, alright, well, I guess we gotta go. And FYI, he made me pay the bill, so motherfucker, fuck you for making me pay the bill. I should have just left his ass there and walked home. But then I was just like, I like coming to this bar, so I'm just gonna pay, because what if he doesn't pay, making me look bad? No thank you. So I paid for the bill. He just walked outside. We go outside, and then like I'm walking home, he's like, hey. Oh, no, he grabbed my arm really hard. And not really hard, but you know, a guy that grabs your arm. So then he grabbed it and I was like, ah, and like joking around, like, but then he's like, why would you do that? They're gonna think I'm hurting you. And I'm just like, dude, it's a joke. I'm like laughing now, so they're gonna know we're just playing around. And then he's like, no, you shouldn't do that. You're making me look bad. You're such a bitch. And I was just like, what the fuck? So then I'm like, okay, well, I gotta go. I'm like walking home. He's like, no, get in the car. I'm taking you home. I'm like, my house is right there. He's like, no, get in the car. And I was just like, oh fuck, this guy's gonna kill me, murder me, like right in front of my house. So whatever, I got in the car, and then he dropped me off, and I was like, okay, bye. And then like the next day, I just never talked to him again. It was just fucking freak. Like I told my friend, I was like, this guy was a fucking freak. First of all, you're older than me. Second of all, you need to learn how to take a joke. Take that stick out of your ass. And third of all, never again. So that was one. And then the next one, I was talking to for a while, and His name, I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not saying names here. But we never met, but we were really like texting for a while. It just never worked out because he was always on some BS. So yeah, there was another one that I kind of started liking. He seemed like my type of man. He was tall, handsome, tattooed the fuck up, and he was pretty cute. But at first I was really hesitant, then I started giving in, and then I was just like, he just seemed like a fucking ass. So he just messaged me. Like now I used to message him, but now he messages me 1 or 2 words, and then he'll never message me again until like a week later. I'm just like, motherfucker, leave me alone. If you don't want to do shit, you don't want to meet me, you don't want to do nothing, just leave me alone. And yeah, so there's like plenty of fucking creeps online. I want to look. I should have screenshotted like the crazy ones. There's one that kept saying, oh, or they'll talk to me in like Spanish, and I'm like, I know Spanish. So they'll talk to me in Spanish, and they'll be like, hola mami, ¿cómo estás? You're so sexy. One, don't ever come at me saying you're sexy, pretty. Like, just say hi, how are you, how's your day? I hate when people like, I don't know, I don't like guys that are like straight away like, oh my god, you're beautiful, you should be my wife, whatever. No, shut the fuck up. Say hi, how are you? My name is this, very nice to meet you, I hope we can talk, like if you like my profile. But don't come at me saying, oh, blah 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 blah. Like, no, like that's such a turn off. So yeah, I mean, I think there's other crazy things. I'm just not remembering right now what's been happening. Like, I know there's other crazy things that have happened online. Like, it's just crazy. And like right now, I'm not dating anybody. I am off the websites. I'm not off, but I really don't go on them. I don't really use them because I feel like right now I'm just focused on myself. I'm not really focused on anybody else. I'm just focused on work and YouTube and like doing better for myself. So the dating has been put on hold, but I mean, there's still fucking creeps that hit me up that I'm just like, what the fuck am I getting myself into? I've had a crazy guy, like literally crazy. Like he was a psychopath. He would call me and be like, where are you? I see you're here. Like, I've seen you on Messenger on Facebook that you're here. And I'm just like, you're not my boyfriend, and I don't give a fuck what you think what I'm doing, but I'll do what I want. So yeah, when I'm looking for somebody to date, I don't want somebody that's like super, like, I need to know where you are 24/7, because I'm not going to tell you. Like, I never tell my parents, and I never tell anybody where I'm at, so I don't need a motherfucker to do that for me. And I'm not very affectionate with guys, so maybe that's why like the dating thing hasn't really worked out, because I just get bored so fast. I'm just like, I'm over it. Like, I'm over it. So I don't know what else you guys wanted me to answer. Sure, I've been on a few flings. I've met one guy that was like pretty cool, but like it was just too intense. So I like blocked him. I like tend to block everybody that after I talk to them, I'm just like, me, I don't want to talk to you anymore, so I'll block you. I know, I'm such a bitch, right? And some guys are really sweet on there and they just want to get to know you, but most of the guys that like message me are just not my type of men. Like, I like really tall guys and funny guys. Like, those are the two top traits I look for. I like tall and funny guys. Like, I mean, looks somewhat matter, but like if you're tall and funny and you make me fucking laugh, like that shit is like the best thing ever. So yeah, like, you know, yeah, I'm not asking for much. I'm not asking for you to like carry me away to a castle and make me a princess and buy me all the shit. Like, I buy my shit. And another thing is, a guy should pay on the first date. Unlike that motherfucker that made me pay. Like, it wasn't even a first date, it was just like a fucking, hey, I'm having a drink on you and I'm leaving. Like, no, a guy should pay on the first date, and then like after that it should be like half and half, or like me here, you there. Like, I hate when guys are so fucking cheap too. Like, I just can't be the one paying all the time. I know this is we're in the 21st century, whatever, but a guy should be a gentleman and he should be respectful. He should be, I don't know, he should know that a girl wants to be treated like a princess. And I'm not saying to fucking buy me everything. I'm just saying, you know, treat me like a princess. Okay? So I hope you guys, you found this story entertaining. I know like that guy was a fucking freak, and you guys really need to be careful. Like make sure you guys, like if you're gonna talk to them, you're gonna meet them, add them on Snapchat, or like make a separate Snapchat from the one you have, and like that, keep that one as like your dating Snapchat. Like that way you see if the guy is real or not, because most of the times they are, but there are the few percent where you can get a fucking freak murderer, and then they're gonna murder you, and then I'm never gonna hear from you again. So I want you to stay here with me. So yeah, I hope this was like helpful or like funny or like entertained you, because you know I'm putting myself out there at risk to give you guys a good story. I'm just kidding. No, I'm putting myself out there at risk to maybe perhaps one day find love, or whatever people say love is. Like I don't think that shit but really, like, you know, exists. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope you guys enjoyed my unicorn onesie, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye.